I'm just going to take 10 minutes to explain what we did, why we are doing all these things. So actually the thing is that there are a lot of different type of makeup going on in the social media and everywhere. But just like a mathematics, the formula is not been taught to anybody because that's actual main thing that you can create different makeup with. So bridal makeup is just a type of makeup. So there are different type of makeup, and we wanted to show the world like makeup is completely different because to be frank, what we have internationally, we don't have it in India. So we wanted to do something very different, very out of the box. So that's the reason we created. So we started from what is the problem that everyone's facing with makeup. So we started understanding the problems and we started creating a solution. Okay, so the thing is that when it comes to eye, everyone has different eye shape. And usually a lot of people will have like mine where it's a hooded eye. When we apply the product and we open the eye, nothing is seen. Either the liner is very thick and it gets disappeared. So it's just two products is more than enough for the eye, which would be, one is a very matte brown. So technically whichever you're using it as your contour, you could actually contour your eyelid. So a very matte brown, light brown. So how to figure out like where to apply the product is very simple. So just follow my hands. So when you actually look and you see that curve that's happening, so that is where you have to put the product. So it shouldn't go above it or very low. So I'm just taking a little bit of product. So this, if you see the difference between both eyes, you'll be able to see a slight shadow that's like pushing a little bit of a crease in. So if you have to be frank, our textures will be there. But makeup is just to make sure when you look at it, the focus is not there and we do an illusionistic makeup. So now I've added a warm tone, but you won't see anything much of a difference. But the moment I add a color, which is like, this is a very beautiful color for Indian skin, which is like an amber lights color. So the moment So in the moment you use a lighter color, it will immediately pop out. Now when it comes to a liner, it's not mandatory we have to use a liner, so we can use a mascara as well. So right now which is trending is without the liner, darker and a lighter color. If you had seen our Instagram and all, we have created a different version. There is something called face chart is there, what we do. So internationally, whenever a shoot is happening, they do first a face chart and then only do a mood board and then they go for the actual show. So these kind of process is not actually followed here, right? So we thought we'll create something like that with a certificate validity. So our art makeup is actually has an international valid certificate. So whatever certificate that we give is valid internationally. So we have so many things, and there was one point we got stuck. So technically we got into this finance thing for students, because for anybody for that matter to develop their skill, money should never be a problem is what I solely believe. So when I was a makeup artist, no one was there to actually support, right? So I want to be that support and do a change. So when the finance happened, like 10 students had applied, but out of them only 2 people cleared it and the rest 8 didn't get it. So we were like, why? And the reason was one of the girls' dad was a driver and he was getting 15,000 rupees salary, so he didn't get. So we actually wanted to change that. Like for her, like the person who she wants to study, but then she's not qualified for the finance. So for the first time, we are actually doing a reverse version for the people who are really passionate about makeup. So we are actually going to launch a scheme where we are going to provide job for 20 makeup artists, probably 7 times a year or 8 times, how much ever we can do. And for 1 year, we'll be paying them salary from 20 to 30. Now the catch is that we will also train them. So we'll train them 1 month before. We will hire them for 1 year, and based on their grades, they will be given the salary. So 20,000 for C grade, B grade 25,000, and A grade they'll be getting 30,000 rupees. So this is something that we created, and the brain behind this was my husband. So I want to introduce the team to you. So first is my husband, obviously. First person to actually support me mentally, physically, however you can take it. So that's him. And second, to the team came Shreyas.
Shreyas, come on.
Woo! So he was actually in initially for marketing, but then he took care of operation, everything, to be frank. So that's Shreyas. And then came in Asha, who actually introduced me very deep. Woo! So the first video that we took was solely by him. So he helped us out crazy, and he's really good in VFX actually. So
go,
Shreyas,
go.
And then we had a person called Shanu. She's not available here, so she's also an in-house trainer. She had the opportunity to actually work with Mickey Contractor, and she has, like, you know, work in sense like in Varsha came in. Varsha, if a lot of people, I told her it's okay, you take it, you sleep and do it on the next day, they never listen. So that's the level of, you know, commitment they have. And then we got Raji in. So Raji is also like helping us. So if this event is success, it's because of her. So I wanted to introduce my team, and we thank so much. So we just named our scheme as Aspire. So whoever has the inspiration, art is open for them. And then next thing is that I want the entire team to cut the cake for us. So art is not just one person, it's actually made of all of us.